Well, hi there. My name is Jim Turner. Today I'm going to do a beef split. I'm going to do the splits. Splits. Splish splash, I was taking a bath on about a Saturday night. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to gear up because this stuff is so intrusive. It's so intrusive that, you know, I don't know if there's anything up there irritating them today or I don't know. So what I'm going to do today, oh, please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, appreciate that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to gear up. I'm going to gear up, I'm going to smoke up. What I'm about to do is so intrusive to these girls. I mean, you just think about it. Someone comes to you and starts taking off your roof and taking your girls and your roommates and putting them here and there and taking them away maybe, and I don't know. I suppose that's why they get so angry. You get in there and start dismantling all their hard work and everything they work hard for. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is, oh, that's a lot of girls up there. First what I'm going to do is, I'm pretty sure I got all my stuff ready. I feel pretty confident. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff hanging around here. That feels like a lot of honey's in there. Lots of honey. Lots of honey. This feels kind of heavy. Oh yeah, there's some good honey in there. So today, what I am going to do, well, they got honey all the way down in there. I am going to, what did I do with that thing? Here it is. I am going to put this hive right on down here. Whoa, that is on there. Oh, I just squished a girl. That's not good. This is full of honey. Huh. Full of honey. I'm just gonna put this right here. Well, they still got some frames to fill out there. I guess I could have left them. I thought they were done filling out the frames. I don't know what they were doing. That's right. Get on down there. Get on down. Down, 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 down. I'll be doggone, they didn't finish those frames. I was almost 100% certain. Oh, there's all kinds of drones, it looks like. What I'm going to do is just take off all this stuff. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put this hive back together. They were building eggs up in between that divider board I had up there. Building eggs everywhere. Well, they got lots of room. Jeez, I thought they were actually out of room. Well, girls, you fooled me. Oh shoot, maybe I'll just wait. Got so much room in there. You have so much room in there, I'm going to say, I'm just going to leave you be. No split today. No split today. Well, shoot. see any signs of queen cells. Yeah, I'm just going to put this hive back together. I'll let them fiddle with this comb. Yeah, they got, doggone, they got some frames to fill still. They were doing so much bearding, I thought, man, this hive is so full. I need to do something. But, yeah, they're fine. I think I'm just going to put it back together, like birds of a feather. By golly, sometimes things are not as bad as we think they are. I'm just going to leave them be. Just back up here. Let them reveal this stuff. And leave it be. Leave it be, leave it be, leave it be. Well, that's my first peek. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of honey. Yeah, where'd my smoke go? Well, at least I know what's going on. I got all this stuff ready to go. Yeah, I'm sorry I killed so many of you girls. That's why I hate going into my hives. I usually take out so many. They got too many. This is the first time I've ever gone in this hive, so it's okay. Get on down, get on down, get on down, get on down, get on down. I'll be crushing you. I don't want to crush you, girls. I don't want to crush you. Yeah, get on down. Uh-huh. That's right. Down, down, down you go. Where you stop, nobody knows. All right. Yeah. I was going to leave it be. Well, you girls will find your way. There's some larvae. Okay, so what I assumed to be done frames, those were still frames they were working on in the bottom. I thought they filled those all up last year, right? So, yeah, they were still working on the frames in there. That's kind of the problem when we don't go into the hive. And say we go and we add another frame, you know, I mean a box. And what happens is, if we're not sure if they actually ever did finish filling out those frames of the first box, because I'm one of those folks who don't like to go in there unless I have to. I usually kill so many girls. That if I did, because I haven't been in that lower box since I put it there, which was April of last year. And so I haven't been in there. This is the first time I've been in there for, I don't know, 18 months. So, but I got an overview. Now I know they've got a long ways to go. My concern was that they weren't going to have any room. And of course, what happens when they run out of room, they're too packed in there. Yeah, they divide themselves. You lose half your hive. But shoot, it looks like they got maybe 7 frames that they can actually finish filling out. So what I'll do is, oh, they're eating all that honey that fell out the bottom. So what I'll do is, I'll pull my panel and let them settle back in. Those are some angry girls, but they were really gentle overall. I mean, probably didn't need a smoker, but because what I was gonna do was so extensive, I couldn't imagine that, you know, not seeing them more aggressive than what they were. I thought they were going to be a lot more aggressive because of what I was about to do. I was going to take out every frame, look for queen, queen cells and stuff like that. And when I started looking deep down in that bottom box, I went, what? The top brood box. Yeah, I misread my panel because I didn't know what was going on in the brood box in the bottom. So I'm guessing that all the frame building out that I was witnessing that I thought was the top box was them actually finishing up and or rebuilding the bottom box. They're reconstructing after the winter, right? So that's kind of a heads up I guess we should have. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll reconstruct after winter, they'll reconstruct their existing hive, reorganize it. I think I want the pantry over here for the honey, and this, let's just go in and restructure it, and we can be using an observational panel. We can be fooled, thinking that if we put another box up there, we could be fooled thinking, oh, they're filling out that frame. Oh, they got to that point. Oh, they got to that point. And so I got fooled because I didn't know what was going on before I added I didn't know where they were before I added the second brood. I just guessed. Well, that's what happens when we guess at things, right? Yeah. we get a surprise, Gomer. Oh, I need to put that lid on there. Yeah. Oh, I got to put a lid on there. So they're just flying out the top going, all right. Someone just put in a skylight. We now have a skylight up here. All right, girls, watch out. Marauders are already around the place. So, yeah, I had everything prepped and primed and ready to, put another box over here, but they're just not even. They got too many frames left to work on. I mean, it's a pretty packed hive, but before I do my split, I would like to see it more packed than that. So I'm thinking that they barely got seven frames on the top one. I don't even think they had that. I think they still had like 4 frames to go on the top brood box, and it looked like there was a lot of space too, like they were dispersed. So it wasn't packed tight or anything, so they got lots of room. And same thing with the super, they got lots of room up there. There's a lot of girls up there, but it's not packed tight. It's dispersed, which means they don't feel like, hey man, we just I can't move anymore. Okay, it's time for us to split. I don't see that happening anytime soon. And it may not happen. They may not finish filling out all that until the end of summer or in fall or close to winter. It's possible. They do things at their own pace. Some girls, they do things really fast, man. I mean, they'll fill out comb really fast, and they'll, also it depends upon how much nectar and other sources around that they can get. So that also is a determinant on how fast they, pack in the honey, and if they're having to go to if there's a lot of competition, and they go out and they look, and all the flowers in that area have already been taken by some other neighbor bees. They're going to one dry flower after another, and they're coming, and they'll stay out all day just to fill one pollen sac and two pollen legs, right? So they got the sacs on their legs; those are pollen sacs, and then they have the honey sacs. That's what they fill up with the nectar and the nectar, and start converting it into honey like right away. The enzymes are already in there. Once those girls get that nectar in there, It's kind of like when we put something in our mouth, it starts digesting almost the moment that it hits our saliva in our mouth, and it's like a quarter way or more digested before we even swallow. Except for people go, they don't even chew their food, right? Oh, that's a Big Mac, yeah. Yeah, because I'm predominantly a vegetarian, I have to chew my food really good, like a cow. You know, because it's so high in fiber. And so my food is mostly digested before it even passes the esophagus, right? So, yeah, even if it was a, cheeseburger, I still chew my food well because I understand how important that is to get all those digestive enzymes coming out of this. I forgot what it's called, but we got this. You ever eat something and you see liquid spit out before you even get a chance to put the food in your mouth? Anticipation, right? So, yeah, so the saliva glands act like little squirt guns, man. They just squirt that saliva right out there. It's full of, I forgot how many digestive enzymes are in there, including yeast. And yeah, so they start digesting that nectar right away, just boom, as it's coming in. So when they come in with their pollen and their nectar sacs full, they pass it on. They pass it on to the next girl in there, and then they go back out. So here, it's like a relay system. Open your mouth. Okay, I'm out of here. Oh shoot! And yeah, I don't need to do anything. I was been a little concerned the last 5 days because they were bearding so heavy. I'm thinking because it can be a little bit difficult to tell if they're actually starting to get that body language of pre-swarming, and sometimes it's bearding. When they're doing a lot of bearding for a few days out in front, like really big, that can be a precursor. But mostly not. Usually not. Usually it's just them wanting to reduce the temperature in the hive so that, keep the larvae alive and all that. I must have killed, jeez, I saw so much larvae that I busted all up. That's why I don't like taking it apart, right? There were so many girls, probably, just that one process, I bet I killed over 100 girls, including larvae and eggs and all that. Probably well over that. That's why I don't like doing it. I do it when I feel that it's absolutely necessary. And I actually got to the point where I felt it was absolutely necessary to do a split because they just were behaving in a way that made me feel uncomfortable. Like I needed to do something when I didn't. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just put a hive there. I had everything set. You ever watch videos where they're doing something, they go, oh, I forgot that, I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot that, I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot that, I'll be right back. Yeah, I went through that process before I started filming. I went through that process. I don't want to do that, I'll be right back. I don't want to do that. I'll be right back. So I had all my stuff. In here, I don't have a list I don't put anything on a paper. I just know what I need to do. So the last time I did a split was last year, I think in June, 1st of June, right around there. And that's the last time I've done a split. So doing splits, if we do them extremely irregularly, maybe a couple years goes by and, we haven't thought about it. And then we go to do a split. We're going, now how's this go? It's been years. It's like, it's been a while. What do I need? I need this, I need that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah. So I actually contemplated doing my split for the last 2 days. So I recycled every step by step, what I wanted to do, what I was going to try to accomplish. And so I had all my stuff here, including my little pencil torch for my smoker. Yeah, I didn't need any of that stuff. Not even my brush, e-brush. Oh well, I have my magnifying glass so I can look and see if there's any eggs, you know, and what kind of age the eggs and the larvae were, so I can see which one I was gonna, you know, leave the queen in and that kind of thing. And watch when I go do it for sure the next time. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, I forgot that. This time I don't think so. I think I had all my ducks in a row. Oh, even an extra beehive in case I wanted to throw an extra one on. Yeah, all my frames were ready. My homemade frames. They don't look all like consistent, you know, but the dimensions are close enough where they fit in the hive and they do their job. The brood box that I had just taken off a while ago, that's what that whole box was, nothing but the frames that I built. Put a little tiny square cone, you know, honeycomb in the corners, and they got almost all filled out. And the box is homemade, just scrap wood. It's amazing what you can do with scrap wood if we build it in our head and the dimensions in our head. Then we go, huh? What's laying around over here? Oh, that one stick right there. That's long enough. That's wide enough. That's thick enough. I can go trim that down to that. And I just walk around, kind of like at a grocery store. Just going to each shelf. Okay, yep, I want that. I'm gonna mix that with that. Oh shoot. Yeah, there you go, man. So please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. I didn't make a split because I don't need to. I want more frames built out. I want all the frames built out. I'm okay with maybe one not being built out, but I'd like to have all the frames filled that I'm going to do splits with. I want all the frames filled out with honeycomb and some resources, and that just ain't there. If I would have done a split, I would have done what's called a cheap split. I would have given them, instead of a standard stick house, I would have given them a trailer in a trailer court house kind of thing, you know, with 1 bedroom or 2 bedrooms. I just wanted it. If I'm gonna do it, I want to do it as right as possible. All right, well, I got all that stuff, so you can see here, I got all this last night. I finished it up. I got all that set up there, put all that, designed all that, and last night and set it all up. Said this is going to be my split right here. This is where I'm going to set it. This is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to all set into place. Yeah. But you know, it's ready for the next time. So when I am ready to do this a split, so this one over here on the left of the swarm that I caught, maybe they're more aggressive building comb. You know, they're growing pretty fast, and maybe I'll end up splitting them. Probably not. What I'll probably do, if anything, is I'll probably just give them an extra box with some frame and some comb in the corners. So I'm getting the sense that these hives are going to go into the winter just as they are, and I'm okay with that. You know, if I can get 2 hives through the winter for the first time, 2 healthy hives going into the winter, and coming out of the winter, and they're both healthy. Most likely they'll have they'll finish filling out those frames in spring, because they have an urgency to split in spring. If their conditions are in spring where all the combs filled out, most of the frames are packed tight with bees, their instinct is to make the queen cells and bye, Sue, I'll miss you, sis. And off they go. Half the hive goes in the other direction, you know. And I have not seen any more bees navigating around my baited nukes for a long time. So all spring I seen them bouncing off my main hive here, not realizing that at the time they were looking for a hive. They were looking for a home. So when I put that together, in my head, I went, maybe those aren't marauders. This is about middle of May. In the middle of May. And my brain put that together, maybe those aren't marauders. Maybe they're looking for a home. I went and cleaned out the earwigs and the spiders and the ants out of my baited nukes and rebaited everything nice and fresh. I'll be doggone same day. I went, oh, there's some visitors. Not very many the first day because it was new to them. I got it done in the afternoon, early afternoon, and the next day they're all up and in them. Right? Oh, I think I'm getting this. Right? And the third day, I had a swarm. Watch them swarm in. Sitting right here, I think I'm going to get up now. Yeah, so I'm really not going to focus on catching a swarm unless there's some girls looking for a home. You know, if I see, because I also got a baited nuke up in front. If I'm up there doing gardening stuff up there all the time too, so I take a peek. Nothing. Nothing today. Nothing today. But if the first time I see a girl, buzzing around, oh, there's one right there. First time I see one buzzing around, I'm not gonna give it much thought. When I start seeing 4, 5, or 6, like inspecting it, time to reload. Rebait them, make sure there's nothing in there. Okay, there's girls looking for a home. Now it's normal for a scout to just go into a hive that's empty just to see if there's anything in there, any resources they can get. Those are marauders, or they're just investigating. It's their nature to explore wherever they can get resources, and it's natural for a bee to do that. And so, but when you start seeing 2, 3, 4, 5 buzzing around an entrance of an empty hive, go into action. The odds are good, fair to middling, that unreasonable that you about to catch yourself a swarm. I know. What's going on here? Oh, I think I got this. Yeah, 3 days later, I watched them swarm in while I was sitting. Well, I didn't sit there very long. Okay. They were like coming right for this nose right here. This big snaz. They were coming. And I was leaving. When I walked around, by the time I walked around to go get my camera, they had already engulfed this chair and this whole bee cave in here. That fast. Seconds. Yeah. So by the time I went and got my camera and started coming around the corner, what I witnessed was just a big ball of bees right here in this bee cave. Right? Like a cove. It's really beautiful in here, really. I'd like to get all this area back there cleaned up someday. Someday, one of those someday projects. Just so many other projects going on. So, okay, I guess that's my day. It didn't turn out like I thought it was gonna. I thought that I was gonna pop that up, man. That hive was gonna be so packed all the way at the top. All the frames gonna be totally filled out, and they're all gonna be packed all from end to end with bees. No, all that framework that I saw that I thought they were doing. Oh, another thing. So what happens is those wax moths during the winter, they'll get in there, and when the bees are spooning in one area of the hive, the wax moths will get in there and just start eating away at the other part of the combs that were already built out. I bet that's what happened, because I did see wax moth parts. Right? As we learn, right? As we learn. Exploratory learning. So what I think all that wax building on the right that I saw was on the bottom brood box, them going and rebuilding what the wax moths had dismantled and consumed. Oh, I see how cool that stuff is. So what I'll probably do in next spring, is, because I'm probably going to end up just leaving this like it is. They probably got about 40 pounds of honey on the super, and they probably have about the same on the brood box. So there's about 80 pounds of honey there, what it felt like. My boxes are actually pretty light. I can just, like this, when there's nothing in it, just including the frames. Is it, you know, with the frames and the box? Yeah, my box is really light, so I can tell pretty much about when I lift it up how much honey's in each box. I work at it pretty much every day, so you know, oh, take that 20 pound, take that 40 pound, and you know, I got the sense of how much weight something is, and so guess that's my day. wasn't much of a wasn't much of one. Nothing like I planned. So I guess what I'll probably do is I'll just leave that there, the center there that I had set ready for set bees. I'll probably just leave that there and put a board there and use that for like setting things. Maybe a cup of tea. Yeah. So what I do is I take when I build my bases, because you know it's all about the base, about the base, about the base, and it's all about the base. I'll take my level and I'll do my double angle level check. You know, this way and that way. So both of these stands that I put up, where my existing bees are, that's what I did. Was because I wanted about a 1 degree. I wanted about a 1 degree. Of course, that's more than 1 degree. I'm just overemphasizing, but I wanted about a 1 degree angle so that if there's any water leakage or somehow water, too much moisture or condensation, because that happens many times in the winter, I want that to trail out of the hive instead of sit there and cause a problem, mildew and that kind of thing. So I did that with both these hives, and I also did that with the new structure that I was going to put a beehive on. So, that's how I do my bases. And then from time to time I'll check them because you get settlements, you know, dirt moves, ground even moves, you know, and settling. And so from time to time I'll make sure I got that angle, and if I ain't got that angle, I use what's called just shims. Like when you install the door frame, I just use shims. Then I'll kind of fill that gap up with other shims until it's nice, solid all the way around wherever. Got a nice solid base all the way around. No gaps. Right? Easy peasy. All right, please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. And I'm going to do a panel pull tonight. And so I said I was going to do it on Wednesday. Yeah, so actually that's tomorrow. So what I'll do is I'll probably pull the panel tonight in the dark. Actually, I'm thinking it's more dangerous to pull it at night, because the last time I pulled it at night, I sealed up the front, squirted them with some water, got them all in there. They were spooning a little bit. Got them all in there, sealed the front, started pulling my panel. I didn't have nothing on, and I got buzzed. So there was a girl hiding somewhere outside. I think he's coming at night. I'm going to stay out here. We'll get him. And so I went to pull that panel. Sure enough, I got buzzed. I thought, where'd you come from? She surprised me, because I had it so sealed tight. There was no way any girls got out, that I just sealed that front in, you know. She surprised the heck out of me. Like, what? Like, I got you. She didn't sting me, but she sure let me know that she was there. She did that pre-buzz sting sound with her wings. I'm gonna get you. You know? So I backed off and I went and got my veil and finished my task, you know, and so now when I'm gonna do that at night, I think I'll wear a veil. They're hiding out, waiting for me. Even when I seal the front, they're hiding out somewhere. And so I'm going to need to, like, put my veil on. I don't do that. I don't put my veil on during the day. They don't buzz me during the day. When I'm pulling my panel during the day, not at all. I don't ever remember them buzzing me. I don't even remember how many times I've pulled that panel during the day. Couldn't tell you. I don't ever remember being buzzed. Except for at night. When I got the entrance sealed. Where no bees can come out. Then I get buzzed. It's more dangerous at night. Dang, man. Well, see, maybe you picked up something on there. It's more dangerous to go into a hive at night They're going to be much quicker to be aggressive at night because that's many times when bears and raccoons and they instinctively know that nighttime is the most dangerous part for them. They've had millions of years to adapt to that instinctively, knowing okay, we don't see as well. We usually wake up with our house dismantled in the morning, and so they have guards throughout the night that get heads up. Now I got to say, I have found a lot of guards that you know, I look down and I say, oh, that one's dead. I go to drag it out, and she goes, oh. she, she wakes up. She fell asleep on guard duty, right? In fact, that happened today. I came out here and there was like 3 or 4 of them that were laying there. I took my thing that I usually scoop out the dead that's on the pen. I went to scoop them out, and every single one of them woke up. They were sleeping. They were taking a late morning nap. Right? They were like, "Who's touching me?" You know, I think that's just funny stuff, man. Um, and so, if people are not sure that have hives, that if they're they can get anaphylactic shock or something like that from a bee sting, I'd recommend getting an EpiPen. You can go to the doctor and tell them you have a beehive, that you like to keep that on hand, just in case. Um, I think pretty much every doctor will give you one. You just take a picture of your hives with you smiling, as it's landing on your hand and stinging you. See what stung me, doc? I need to, and yeah, I'm gonna go to the VA and ask them to give me one. Actually, I'm not gonna schedule another appointment with the VA to get my ApoB test until probably November. I order a ApoB test once a year, lipoprotein and all that, and it also checks my age markers, kind of see what my telomeres are doing and how the overall epidemiological, inflammation or anything in my cells, in my body. I read my own labs because doctors don't have time to go through one line at a time and then compare this line reading to that line. There's like 50 or something. They don't have that time, man. They're gonna do all your cholesterol, or your blood pressure, or unless there's like some big thing that's sticking out, that's flashing red neon lights at them. They go, that's it. Next, you're out of the room. And so, what I chose to do is to do my own lab evaluations. So, and it's not hard. You can go on to I forgot what university it was, but you can go on. So you say you go get your blood lab, right? You go on your laptop because you can download your blood lab. So that's what I do is I go to give my blood and I download I don't download it actually. I just go on it and it's there. So yeah, my vet. And then I just start with one line and I see what it is. If I see something too high or too low, in my opinion, I'll compare that line to another line that I think is correlated, and I'll check for certain numbers, see if there's any inflammatory markers, and I can understand what's causing it. Like I say, oh, I need to take that out of my diet or change this, or you know what I mean? Or maybe I need to go have them evaluate me further because this might be pre-cancer stuff, or this might be something else that the doctors will generally miss because they're more about stuff fixing things that are broken. they're not going to really see the pre things that well. It needs to stand out. So when they're checking you, it needs to be something that's visible right then and there. Otherwise, you're out of the room for minutes. So it's personal responsibility, personal accountability. And so my last 3 lab ApoBs that I ordered, right on, man. I have the biomarkers of someone younger than 25. It only will go to 25 years old because that's when the body's fully grown. So they only have numbers up to 25 years old. And so my markers were 25. Mine were maxed at 97 points, and it doesn't go. It doesn't go any higher. Um, and so, yeah. So my doctor says that I have all the signs of someone who's 20 years old. Biomarkers, you know. Now my armor, all the sun and damage and all that, and gaining weight and getting to 205, and then losing all that and all this stretched skin, and yeah, you know, our armor's gonna take a toll over the decades, and can't do nothing about that. I mean, if we would have stayed out of the sun when we were young, and yeah, my head, because I wear a hat all the time, my scalp looks like someone who's 16, 18. My scalp, because I've always protected it. Once I first started losing my hair, I realized I kept getting these sunburns. What? And I still had hair, but it was so thin. It was thin enough that the sun was burning it all the time. I was out there. And so I realized, oh, I guess I'm going to be a hat man. So I've been a hat man ever since. So by instinctively wearing hats every time I go outside, I protected my head all these decades from burns. And the only time I get a burn is when I say, come out in the garden, I go, I think I'm going to get a little suntan on my head. You know, then I don't wear it. And I don't put suntan lotion on because I want a little tiny tan. I don't want a sunburn or nothing. Just maybe I'll leave it, don't wear anything on my head for like maybe 10 minutes or something. And I say, okay, that's enough. And then cover up before I get a burn. Then the next few days I'm going, that was too long in the sun. Anyway, okay, please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, and I'll keep you updated on how everything's going over here. Bye now.